John, speaking of specific policy initiatives, are universities looking at outsourcing many on-campus services? Do you think this will be a positive or a negative change for our university?
Well, I do think that outsourcing is something that will give students less of a say in what happens on campus. It would decrease our relationships with administrators. We wouldn't have as direct of a say as students in what's going on with student services. And I think all of us as students here tonight can say that this university is one that is students first, and that is the kind of campaign that Thomas and I have both tried to run as a student first campaign. We want to fight for the rights of students. So with that being said, we want to make sure that we maintain that level of accountability with administrators. We want to be able to have a voice in everything that happens. If we do decide to make the decision to outsource these student services, or if we don't, we want to make sure that the three main things that are maintained are the quality of our student services. We want to make sure that the cost is low, that it's affordable, and that we make sure that the jobs and benefits for our staff at this university are not hurt in any way. That's one thing that we actually first saw as a campaign was we want to stand up for the rights of our custodians and the people who cut the grass. We want to be there for them because they are Aggies too. And one thing that I've had experience with in the past couple years is putting on a luncheon for all the custodial staff on campus. We've gotten to meet with them, and we've gotten to go out into the community and raise money for gift cards and other little gifts and say, thank you for what you do. It is such a thankless job, and we notice that what you do is a tireless job, and you come every single day and receive very little thanks. We want to recognize you for everything that you've done for this school to make sure that our Aggie experience is one that is good.
Thomas, do you think the decision to outsource many campus services will be a positive or a negative change for our university?
Well, first, just to clear up a few discrepancies that simply aren't true about this. I was just in the meeting with Chancellor Sharp and we were discussing this. I am the Student Services Chair. These are all Student Services issues. My roommate is the Chancellor's Advisor. I have a very good feel on what's going on here. David Riddle is the head of Dining Services. I have a wonderful working relationship with. I'm very informed on what this means. And first off, the workers will be taken care of. Chancellor Sharp assured that this evening. The workers will be taken care of. This will not sacrifice the campus workers, the people that are serving us. Second of all, this could potentially, if it delivers a better product to the students at a better cost, then I support it. And that's the long and short of it. We don't have all the information yet, but we do know this. There will be people on campus like David Riddle, like the custodial services, representing them on campus. It won't be someone in an IT center, miles away in another state. There will be on-campus representatives, and they will be hired by Bowen Lofton. Dr. Lofton gets to select who they are, not these companies. So just like Dr. Lofton decided that David Riddle will be here on campus, Dr. Lofton will pick the new person. So it will be simply a replacement. And we all know that the private sector encourages competition and brings efficiency that can't be seen in other realms. And so we don't know all the details about it just yet, but we do know this, or I know this, that we have been assured that the workers will be taken care of, and we have been assured that we will have an on-campus presence just like we do now. But the main thing is if we get a better service at a better price for the students, workers are taken care of, I support it 100%. My only beef with this so far is that students have been taken out of the process of discussing whether to do this or not. That's my only issue so far, is that we were completely left in the dark. And again, this information leaked. They were going to do it a little bit more carefully. But again, workers will be taken care of. If we get a better service, I support it.
I want to take a moment just to congratulate both of you on making it this far in the process. Texas A&M has one of the most active student government associations in the country. While we don't always have the highest participation rate, the number of students who vote is something that all of the student governments that were here on campus this last weekend would love to have. So congratulations on making it this far from your support from so many students across campus. Now that there's only two of you left, I'm curious, what's one idea that you saw from another candidate that you would like to see implemented? Starting with you, Tom.
Well, I have to think about it a little bit more. I've made it very clear that there is no shortage of ideas on this campus. And I made it clear in the last debate that I was going to be taking notes of all the other ideas presented by other candidates. Again, we can meet after the election and exchange ideas. I certainly would hope, John, that whichever one of us is successful, that the other one still wants to sit down and help improve campus. I know that I'm willing to do that, and I'm sure that you do as well. Sure do like the fall break that Brody Smith was presenting. Sure would like a fall break. That'd be nice. I like the hour-and-a-half option that you've been talking about. You know, I have way too many parking tickets as a result of not having an hour-and-a-half option. So there are certainly several ideas. So again, there are no shortages of ideas, but we can get together after the election and consolidate all of them together. But again, that's not what's important. What's important is having a person that has the know-how, has proven that he's already done it, and has the passion for bringing about positive change.
John, have you seen any ideas from other candidates who are no longer in the ranks?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fantastic ideas, and I'm proud to announce tonight that all 4 candidates who did not make the runoff have endorsed us as a campaign, and we're excited that this idea of campus unity is one that has been displayed in our campaign thus far, and this has been done without any promises of executive cabinet positions. We didn't discuss that at all. They came to me and asked if they could endorse our campaign. So there are plenty of great ideas that these candidates have had. They ran fantastic campaigns. One was an idea by my friend Drew Barber, and his campaign wanted to push to replace our current email server with Gmail. And I think this is something that has been received really well by a lot of students. We get to use all the different applications that Gmail has. I know I use Gmail, and I prefer it, honestly, over my TAMU email. So I think this is something that's worth considering, weighing the costs and weighing the benefits. And then, you know, moving forward in the upcoming year, like Thomas said, I hope we can all come together. And I'm excited to see that the other candidates have said that the Count on Claybrook campaign is one that we would like to work with. We think that they're one that can accomplish the initiatives that they've set forth, and that we could all play a role in making A&M a better place, one step at a time.
We're rapidly coming to the end of the debate. I'd like to ask one personal question, and then there's one last question. So starting with you, John, what's something that's surprised you about the campaign process and something that you've learned about yourself while going through it?
Something that I've learned day by day over the past 3 months is that when I ask people to be a part of our campaign team, initially I felt like I was laying this huge burden on them. But the fact is that Texas Aggies love to serve, and people have been beyond excited to be a part of our campaign. And it has been the biggest honor of my life to associate myself with my friends who've gone just day and night working hard for this campaign. Last night, I got back at 3:30 a.m. after a long night waiting for those results. Got back to our house, and there was 15 to 20 of our friends working on our campaign at 3:30 a.m. and that was one of the most amazing things to see, and to look back on it and say, man, people love to be a part of something that is bigger than themselves, and I've been so excited to learn that, and I think that moving forward in the future, it has made me a better leader in a sense that people want to be able to serve. They want to play a part in something, and that's something that our campaign has strived to do time and time again. And once again, we hope that our campaign reflects the hope that we have as an executive council in the future. And so I think that if elected student body president, you would see a collaborative team that can work extremely well together.
Thomas, any surprises or any lessons learned through this process?
Unfortunately, yes. I never anticipated it getting as divisive and dirty as it got. I never expected my father getting arrested 3 years ago to be posted on Aggie Gossip and reposted on Facebook profiles. I never expected my integrity to be called into question. When anyone who would accuse me of dishonesty is clearly someone who doesn't know me personally, doesn't know our team, doesn't know the things we're working for, and doesn't know the Texas A&M that we strive to represent. That's unfortunately a negative. I didn't think that we would be singled out and victimized like that. But on the flip side, on the positive side, is the relationships. I look around and just the relationships that I've built with people that I would have never met and never found out their story otherwise, and the relationships that were formed through our campaign. Having people come up and say, "I love your idea of an on-campus service project or an Aggie Union or whatever else. I love your idea of having open office hours at Sabisa. I love having a student body president I can go and talk to. I love a student body president who's committed to keeping the student fee increases below the inflation rate. Or at least I love your ideas and these relationships that we fostered, finding out more about one another. And what John said is absolutely right. Getting home and seeing 20 to 30 people working on your behalf and just taking a step back and just realizing, wow, this isn't about me. This is a team effort. And so I would say the relationships are the biggest positive surprise. And it's been a very enriching experience. I've said this before. There are no losers in this race. The experiences we've had from this, being able to put your best foot forward, and the lessons learned are absolutely priceless, and I am forever indebted to the process.